whether it was million, it didn't matter. Every goal I've had, if I had 3 to 5 solid people to run with me, the goal was done. It's the remnant. Everybody say remnant.
Remnant.
REMNANT. Look it up. It's the remnant. It's not the masses. It's not everyone. It's the remnant that will come grab hold with you. And we're so busy trying to get everyone to buy in. You only need the few. You, the new, and the few. You're complaining about what your team isn't doing. Your team is the DNA of you. What are you doing? Don't tell me about, oh, I missed my goal because my people weren't. That sounds like you're trying to be a manager. Manage you. Be the best CEO to you. And as the new come in, they'll repeat what they saw you do. You met them at a facial, they'll facial. You invited them to a studio event, they'll invite guests to a studio event. Because how we're brought in, we're prone to repeat. If you interview them first, after the interview, you book them for the appointment. It doesn't have to be in order. It's not linear, it's secular. It's just a cycle, it's a circle. So I interviewed her first. My next step is to facial her. If I facialed her first, I interview her next. Do you understand me? It's not this, then that, then this. No, God is a this and that God, not a this or that God. Stop treating him like that and give him something to bless. Let's go ahead, guys, and go into our interview process. Who wants to be my practice interview? Anybody want to be my interview? Wonderful. So I'm going to interview, and I want you guys to listen. You can record, you can write, whatever you need to do. Because part of us not recruiting heavy is because we don't know the process. Stop interviewing people before you send an interview. If your director hasn't already created a Google Doc where all the videos are there, make your own Google Doc. If you don't know how to do it, go YouTube it. Stop looking for everyone to teach you what you can go use. I'm confused. We got smartphones, but we walk around like we're dumb. Does it make sense to me? I can Google and YouTube everything that I need. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Make a Google Doc that has everything on it so that when you meet people, you can text them the Google Doc. If you're really savvy, you can get a texting service where if they text you a word, it kicks to them automatically. When people text me the word dream, my raffle link goes directly to them. It has my recruiting link on there. They can choose the video that they want, and then they answer the questions. Someone is going to remind me. I'm going to post in our Voxer group. Are you guys in the Voxer for Super Saturday? The directors are, at least. The directors will get it to you. All you got to do is say, can you please send me the docs that TK posted? Along with my sister directors, we'll put all our documents there so that you guys get access. So I'm going to send you my interview questions, okay? So, introduce yourself.
I'm Sherry Malik.
Does everyone know Sherry? Anyone, this is your first time meeting Sherry? Everybody say hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
All right. So I'm gonna interview Sherry. By now, Sherry has received my interview link. I don't interview unless they fill out my link.
Okay.
Why? Because on my link, I have questions like, what stood out the most for you? I'm gonna see if she wanted sisterhood. I'm gonna see if she wanted the money. I'm gonna see if she's looking for community. It's there, the Mrs. Cab, money, rewards, sisterhood, and self-confidence. Is it the cars? Is it advancement? Or is it that you wanna be your own boss? So when she answers my question, my interview will be tailor-made to her. It is not a cookie cutter process. Why you joined will not be why others joined. She joined because she wanted to honor her grandmother. So talking about diamonds, cars, and things to her is not going to draw her. When I joined, I just wanted a 50% discount. I just wanted a hookup. I was not interested in anything else. I only became a sales director to help my director earn a pink Cadillac. And only God knew that because I wanted to see another woman win, he was gonna bless me. What if you're in your unit to be a blessing to your sales director? And when you are a blessing to another woman and you bless her field, God will give you your own harvest. Go plant the seeds. And so Shirley, I'm gonna interview you. What you can expect is I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about yourself. I'm also gonna share with you the 3 reasons why people typically do something like Mary Kay. And at the end, I'm gonna ask you a question, just for you to give me one question that you can think of if you were to consider doing something like this. Sound good? All right. Shirley, if I was to watch a commercial about you, what would I learn?
You would learn that I am a godly woman that puts faith first, and I love to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am getting ready to lead a Bible study, and I have grandchildren that I watch at home. And I have a younger husband, 25 years younger.
Yes! Oh, we gotta talk later. info on that, girl.
And he's getting ready to go to podiatry school.
Congrats.
So yeah, I'm very excited about
Praise God.
this next season of
season of your life. I'm serious. We need to exchange numbers. But anyways, girl, that was confirmation.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about what it was for. Either way, well, thank you for sharing that. And you know what? We got some things in common. I love to share the gospel as well, and maybe God's calling me to get a younger husband too, girl. So we'll talk later.
Okay.
But either way, what would you say you're most proud of yourself for? Like, what is something that you did that you're most proud of yourself for, and when was it?
I'm very proud of myself for being a strong woman. I lost my son in 2020, my youngest son. He was 30, and I feel very, because of the Lord, obviously, in my faith, I've been able to move forward through that.
Wow.
And I'm not over it, but
Of
you know,
course.
I'm able to be a positive influence
That's
to my
right.
family.
Sounds like you took your pain and turned it into your platform for your purpose.
Yes.
Wow, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
And so talk to me about what gives you joy.
What gives me joy is I'm very joyous when I'm around people and my grandchildren, but also just meeting new people. I love
it.
that.
Why do you
And,
think you enjoy that?
Because I like to add value to others.
I love that. Wow, you're just phenomenal. You sound like an amazing woman. And so let's dream for a minute. A year from today, if money and time were no issue, what dream life would you be living that money could pay for?
I would have a home in a few different places. My son's getting ready to move with my grandchildren in 2 years. So I'd like to have a tiny house like you see on HGTV up there, and I would like to be able to travel to see all of the people that I have as family, but also my consultants are all over the United States, so I would like to be able to travel more.
So traveling more in a tiny house. And where's your son moving?
North Carolina.
North, what part?
Near Asheville.
Asheville. And how much does a tiny house cost? How much does it go for?
$80,000 to $100,000.
80 to 100,000. Wow, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. I know you filled out my raffle link. What video did you decide to watch?
I went with Julia's It Just Fits video.
Okay, what made you choose Julia's video?
She was someone that someone shared with me that would be a good person to watch that video.
Okay, I love it. And what was it about Julia that kind of stood out for you, or some things that she shared that kind of spoke to you?
That she loves her family, and that she also knows how to set goals.
That kind of spoke to you?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Now, I usually don't like to bore people, so I'm going to spare you having to really hear my story, because to be honest with you, Jules is like the vanilla to my chocolate. We have a lot in common, girls, so there's no need for me to repeat that. But I'm going to share with you the 3 things that most people wonder about Mary Kay. And as I'm sharing it with you, I want you to think of one question that comes to mind. Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Well, most people typically wonder, how much does it cost to start a Mary Kay business like this? Now, I'll tell you, 11 years ago when I started, it was $100. But if you were to decide today to start, it would only be $35. Okay, exactly. Okay, and so I always share that, but it's typically retailed at anywhere from $100 to $300 when you're first coming in, and that's just incorporating the different things that we had. We had our website, and we had our propane, and we registered and got our kit. Well, you're talking about a $197 retail value where you can just tip your toe in and really get registered and start at least with your website, and then after your onboarding, decide if you want to get the kit or you want to start with the e-start first. Okay. The second thing most people wonder about the Mary Kay opportunity is, how much time will it take? And I will tell you, I almost didn't start this business because I was worried about time. At the time when Mary Kay found me, I was a single mom. I was a full-time school teacher fresh out of the Army, and I did about 4 days a week in ministry, tutored on the side, and I just was like, I can't add one more thing to my schedule that would take me away from my daughter, because I too am very family oriented. I love my baby girl, who's now a senior in college and graduating as a biology major, and just, I mean,
Amazing.
and as a science teacher at the school that I teach at. So I'm just grateful to God for that. She's the second in my family to ever go to college. I'm the first. And so time almost could have got me, but what I'll tell you is that the average full-time consultant does about 6 to 8 hours a week. Part-time consultants do about 2 to 4. You're not like bound to a particular work schedule. It's flexible. You get to make the schedule that works for you. And I'm currently a full-time sales director with Mary Kay, and I do about 20 hours a week. Now, I don't know what the U.S. is doing these days, but last time I checked, the full-time week is typically 40 or more, okay? The third thing most people wonder about the Mary Kay opportunity is how much money can I make, right? And I'll tell you that the average consultant makes about $50 to $75 an hour, kind of like the skincare class that you attended the other day. As you saw, the classes are about anywhere from 1 hour and 15 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how much you like to talk and how much fun you want to make. But we make 50%. And I always tell people, even if we don't know math, we all know half. And so we make about $50 to $75 an hour on average, based off your skincare classes. My highest check in 1 month thus far in my 11 years with Mary Kay has been just shy of $68,000 in a month. And that's not even including what I sold. And so those are the 3 things people usually wonder about Mary Kay. What would be one question you would ask if you had a question?
How would I fit this in if I were to travel?
Okay, well, I love that you shared that, because in transparency, because of the money that I've made in this company, I've been able to travel and spend more time with my family. I always tell people that broke people can't bless people. So I've been able to help others during COVID. I was able to help keep a lot of kids in school. The doors of our church had to close due to just what the government put out in regards to the stayaways. And so I was able to keep the church doors open literally on my business card. And that season I was legally sleeping with the pastor, so it made sense. But either way,
in that season.
but either way, you know, I just share that because, you know what, if I didn't have the money and if I was still the struggling single mom when Mary Kay first found me, I wouldn't have been positioned to do the things that I've been able to do for our community and for different college kids alike. And so I've done more traveling on Mary Kay's dime, but also on my own dime. Last year I took my family to Hawaii on a $10,000 budget, and that was all via Mary Kay. I worked my business so that I could do that. I love to give my family experiences, and I've given them many experiences because of Mary Kay. The other thing is because you're not bound to a schedule. You mentioned that you'd love to travel more. You don't have to ask anybody's permission to do so. You know, you literally can make the decision and work your business anywhere. I live in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm here in St. Augustine working my business both locally from home while here. My car turns into my mobile office all the time. And my favorite thing is, even when I was in Dallas last week for one of my top $1 million girlfriends, Menina, now Burnett, no longer Gibbons or Aquabella, I still was able to work my Mary Kay business. And so I love that about our company. Are there any other questions that come to mind?
Would you be able to train me and show me how to do the business, or how would I learn about the business?
Well, the beautiful thing is this. I just so happen to be an educator, so I'm not going to say, all right, girl, let me know how it goes and bye. But what I do is I offer online as well as in-person training opportunities. Mary Kay In Touch also has their own university where you can learn and learn at your own pace. My favorite thing is I'm 11 years in the game and I'm learning every single day. We know that school is never out for the pros, and I'm grateful for the times that I've been able to train online plus in person. So that is absolutely a yes. If you decide that this is for you, our next steps would be to get you officially registered. Then we would pick a day to go ahead and do your official onboarding, where I'd go over your education opportunities, we'd go over your goals, and see how to sprinkle this business into your already set up life. How does that sound?
It sounds great. I think I'm interested.
Okay, well, I love that you're interested, and here's what I know. Had my spouse only been interested and never popped the question, we never would have crossed. And so, thinking about what you saw in the video, thinking about all the things that I shared with you, is there any reason why you couldn't give this a shot?
No, I would love to. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, well, welcome to the family. Let's go ahead and take out your phone. This is where you're gonna text her. But when you text her the link, you're gonna click that link, you're gonna put her phone number in it, and you're gonna ask her to give you the code. You're gonna say, hey, you should have just received a code from me. She's gonna tell you the verification code, and you're gonna sit with her and you're gonna fill that agreement out right then and there. What I see happen is that people text the link, they never open it, You follow up, hey girl, I didn't get it. Or they thought they finished it. They never finished it, and life has happened and they've now changed their mind. Either someone came who meant well and told them how Mary Kay was fake, or life happened and Mary Kay was the last thing on their totem pole to take care of, and now you never sealed the deal. Thank you for being my practice interview. I hope that was helpful for you guys. That's literally what my interview sounds like, whether in person or on the phone. Remember, you tailor make that interview to that individual. The only thing that I didn't do because of time, I didn't tell her my story. Usually I ask, what video did you watch? If they don't watch my video, I usually say, oh, okay, why did you choose that video? Just like you heard me say. And then I say, well, just to give you some quick insight about my story, if they didn't go to a facial and hear my story already. Or I'll say, well, as you probably remember, I started this business, boom, 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 right? But a quick I story, and then you go right into that. I've used that same interview process for years upon years. I've been in the top for sharing before. I've earned a couple of diamonds. And as you've heard, I've made some money. Our money, as you heard my sister share, we make our money based off our personal work. I wouldn't be a top earner in this company if I didn't personally work. Thank you guys for sitting in this class. The sky's the limit.
Thank you.
It's time to go back to that break. Any questions?